Hey Shonte, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. Enjoying your last little bit of your winter break?
A little bit, yeah. I've been thinking now that winter break is coming to a close and 2014 is beginning. I was thinking there are some games that I kind of missed that I think I should probably play before 2014 ends.
I gotcha. So like, older games, games that are coming out this year, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Games
Okay.
that have been out for years that I should probably play, things like that.
I've got a bunch of games lying around like that that I could probably do something like that about. Why don't you get me started on something? What did you have in mind for yours? Maybe I'll think of something.
Well, I think the first game I can think of is pretty much any Metal Gear Solid game. Uh, I'm one of those people that didn't hear about Snake until I played Smash Brothers, which means I missed out on a variety of Metal Gear games. I watched playthroughs, I've watched cutscenes, and the game seems so like cinematic, so long and exciting and so extensive that I just want to figure out what it's all about. And I know once I get into the game, I'll be stuck with it for a long time. But it's 2014, and I know that there's not going to be a David Hayter Snake anymore, so I figured I should probably get to know a David Hayter Snake before Keith Sutherland changes him.
I gotcha. Okay, so for me, I'd probably go with something like Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. Basically, it's like a monster collecting RPG met with the beautifully animated backdrops of Studio Ghibli's greatest animated films. I bought Ni no Kuni with gems like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle in mind last year, at the beginning of last year, but I never really got into it. There were just too many other games around at the time to occupy me, and after only a little bit of playing, I put it down and haven't picked it up since. I think that's going to change this year.
I heard that was a good game. I haven't played that one either. Actually, a game that I own that I haven't played yet is Yoshi's Island. And I know it's incredibly old, and I own it for the Super Nintendo, but I haven't played it because I am afraid of one of the enemies. There's like this dumb enemy that kind of looks like a dewdrop that has a bunch of like a bushy eyebrow that scares the hell out of me. And it's scared the hell out of me since I was a little kid, and I'm 21. So that's a problem, and I think I should fix that before 2014 ends.
Okay. Something to work towards, definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a couple of older games as well that I've been thinking of. Some that are kind of scary, but some that are just like, I look at them when they're on my shelf and I wonder, really, what excuse do I have for not finishing this one? One of the games that's like that for me, pretty much that sums up my experience, is Okami. Guess I'm waiting for an opportunity to really immerse myself into it, to kind of allow the game's cultural backdrop to just kind of sweep me off my feet. But that being said, I've played other games that use Japanese cultural elements. The World Ends With You comes to mind, to tell the story, and I've loved them dearly, so I really don't think I have an excuse to keep this one for myself for much longer.
Yeah. Speaking of Japanese games, I actually think I should probably play Ocarina of Time, and it's pretty much the same reason why I won't play Yoshi's Island, which is there's a dumb enemy that scares the crap out of me. And in this case, it's the Skulltulas, which are half skull, half tarantula. I can't handle it. They scare the shit out of me, specifically in this game, and specifically in Majora's Mask because they have the same graphics. The Skulltulas in Twilight Princess I'm fine with. The ones in Skyward Sword, they're kind of cute because they're cartoony, but the ones in Ocarina of Time, they scare me. But as I promise to end my fears of eyebrow goo in Yoshi's Island, I will stop hiding behind my pillow every time I see a Skulltula.
You're very brave. The Skulltulas are very scary too. I remember seeing them when I was younger. I really don't think that I can top anything like that with stuff that scares me, but it really wouldn't be one of my lists without an indie game on it, right? So my next one's going to be Dust and Elysian Tale. I have virtually no previous experience with this game. The only things that I really know about it is that it has a talking sword, plenty of fourth wall breaking references to other games on the market, and really well crafted mechanics that resemble Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And I also got it for 50% off because of the Steam holiday sale, so I feel like that's enough to justify its place on my list of games to play in 2014.
Definitely, if you can buy a cheap game, you
Yeah,
should probably
exactly.
play it.
Why not?
Yes. And speaking of indie games, how about Call of Duty? That classic indie game.
Absolutely. Nobody knows about that one.
But seriously, while I may not respect the franchise for its storytelling, Call of Duty does seem like a great game for just killing shit for fun. And not all games need fantastic stories to keep me captivated. Sometimes I just need some guns and some enemies. And I've been watching playthroughs of Call of Duty Ghosts, specifically Ghosts Extinction, and that game looks so much fun. Call of Duty doesn't seem like a franchise that's ever going to end, so I might as well see what it's all about.
You're in for a treat. Just don't go online for too much. It really occupies your time, I'll say from experience. Another game that could occupy my time just for how beautiful it is, and this one's, I'm probably going to get a lot from people about this one for having not played it, is the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection for PS3. Unlike the last few on my list, I didn't actually own either of these games before this Christmas. I received this collection as a gift this Christmas, and it's a shame that I didn't own it before this, really, because I've heard so many people just tell me how incredible Shadow of the Colossus is for its storytelling, its graphics, and just the scope of everything. And they basically tell me I literally have to play it at least once just to say that I've done it. Now that I actually own it, I think it's about time I experienced this masterpiece for myself, and I'm not willing to count out Ico either, even though I haven't heard that much about it. It was developed by the same team, so I have to imagine it has similar redeeming value. I guess I'll find out when I play them.
Speaking of Steam, actually, I bought Tomb Raider during the Christmas season kind of as a gift to myself. The new Steam, or the new Tomb Raider, not the new
Gotcha.
Steam.
Gotcha. That kind of just treat yourself a Christmas gift. Okay.
Exactly. And the game looks violent and bloody and intense and awesome all at the same time. I really know nothing about this game other than it's a resurrection of an old game, which I've also never played, but I think I'll just skip the old game. I'm hoping it plays somewhat like Uncharted. Not exactly like Uncharted, of course, but I'm hoping the exploration and combat will be a little similar. Even if it isn't, I'm super excited to see how the game plays out.
I've played it before, and I don't want to spoil a thing for you. It's really good, though. That's all you really need to know. It's a really good game, yeah. So now for one from me that's actually coming out sometime soon, and this one's probably the most difficult one for me to put into words. Dark Souls 2 for the PS3. The reason why it's difficult to put it into words is that I basically took a personal journey with the Souls series just this past year. It's literally one of the most profound games I've ever played. The brutal difficulty was just really off-putting at first, but the rewards for persisting through the game and mastering its elements just kept me coming back for more. Once I started realizing how deeply interconnected all of the lore behind the games was, and how all the characters were somehow interconnected with one another, even if they seemed to have just crazy outside references to one another, it just hooked me, and I never really got unhooked from it. And I finally beat the original Dark Souls. It was basically that point where I just emerged with a change in my sense of self-concept for games. I was looking for challenges now where there weren't any before, and if I couldn't find any, I imposed them on myself. Really, Dark Souls gave me this renewed sense of purpose in playing games, and Demon Souls reinforced that when I played it afterwards with a fresh but similar experience to its sequel, and a different enough story to not make it seem as similar, I guess you could say. I can't say that I'll get the same experience out of this new addition to the series, because I don't know if I'll ever find something so change-inducing in games for a long time from now, but I'm definitely ready to immerse myself in this new release and to fall in love with the series all over again. For me, March 11th just can't get here fast enough.
So it seems like we've kind of got a batch of games we should probably play.
Yeah, we've got a good idea of what we're going to be doing. I'm definitely going to try to keep on the path getting all these games done this year, so...
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be my New Year's resolution to play all of these games.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a whole year before it has to be done, so it's not like it's something you have to do really quickly.
Exactly. So. And it'll be conquering my fears and, you know, having fun. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Can't do much better than that.
Exactly.
So we want to know what you guys' bucket lists for 2014 are. If you have any games that are sitting on your shelves, we would recommend now that you take them off the shelf, plug them in one more time, and just check and see if you really want to play it for this year, because, well, we made a list, so what excuse do you have?
Exactly. And if there's any reason that's stopping you from playing it, such as some scary enemy or just... I don't know, something dumb like that, try to conquer that fear, and you'll definitely feel better about it.
Yep, it'll definitely be worth it personally, and then, you know, you've also got games to play, so it's, you know, it's a win-win, really.
Exactly.
So
A win-win-win.
it's a win-win-win, exactly. Yeah. Alright, so that's going to be it for our bucket list this year. We're going to keep on top of these. Let us know in the comments or even on Twitter. I'll leave Shonte's Twitter and mine in the description so you guys can let us know what you're going to be doing. And we'll definitely interact with you guys on that, and you can keep us posted. I'm going to post when I'm done with the games and stuff on my channel and on my Twitter as well. So
I'll do that too. That sounds cool.
Alright, cool. That's a resolution then. Alright.
Sweet.
So thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you enjoyed this list. We'll see you next time.
Bye!